Like see this hooks
Oh,
in this.
with the same fingers? Oh, okay, okay.
There you go. Get closer. Pull. Drop your yarn. No other yarn. Hold your hook. Take your hand off. The other hand with the yarn. I'm going to start you over again because you're all
Oh,
in
man. Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Tanisha Comers. I'm a certified financial planner and the founder and president of KFLA, Canada's first financial literacy agency. So today we happen to be talking to Joie Coles from MKT Communications. She's the project and account manager there. She comes from an English and communications background, and she's been with the company for about 4 or 5 years. Her strengths are social media, graphic design, web design. Honestly, she pretended to be me for a while. So she's what did I call you? A social media guru. She basically knows all of it.
I try. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah, you're welcome. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, so today I thought we'd talk a little bit about maybe using social media to get work. I know a lot of people right now are uncertain of what that looks like. Maybe they got laid off during COVID. Maybe they're taking time to change their career.
Absolutely. That's part of the reason that I wanted you on here was because a lot of the conversation that I've been hearing from almost everyone is that either they're pivoting their business, the word of 2020, pivot. Yeah.
The next catchphrase, the side hustle.
The side hustle, totally. And so this is why I thought that with all of us staring at our screens all the time, your expertise would come in handy to help people make a little bit more money. So what I'm doing is crocheting, or attempting to, because this is how Joy relaxes during quarantine, or how she's been basically chilling. And the whole point here is I'm attempting to relax with her, but I'm
relaxing.
not.
What you want to do is hook the yarn and pull it through that loop.
Oh, okay. And first question, and I love this story, Joy. How did you get your job?
So my boss likes to joke around. Well, I don't know how much joking she's doing. She likes to talk about how I got my job at MKT through maybe a little light cyber stalking. I made sure that I was present. I wanted a job in social media, and I found companies that I was interested in, particularly MKT in this case. And I made sure that I liked their posts, that I shared their information, that I followed them on all the platforms they were on, that I made meaningful comments, that I read and watched the stuff that they did so that I knew whether or not I agreed with their philosophies, if I thought it would fit, if I thought that would be a good position for me. And lo and behold, they finally had an availability, and they called me up and they said, yeah, we want to come see you. And they told me that I was their best candidate, because they're she's everywhere, and she obviously knows what she's doing because she's following her stuff. She's interacting with our posts.
Yeah.
This is someone we need. So everyone can do that. You don't have to be going into social media to do that. You can be going into any business, but interact with their brand, engage with their posts, like and share things, and not just like and share, but make comments, meaningful comments that show, one, your expertise, and two, that you know what you're talking about and you want to be a part of their business.
Yeah, you know what? That makes so much sense. When you told me that, I hadn't thought of it at all. But honestly, as an employer, if I had somebody that was commenting on my stuff, that was asking me in-depth questions, I would be able to see basically immediately that they were serious about the job and that they were serious about working for me. And also, that they would be somebody worth looking at, because I know in today's era, we're talking about people receiving hundreds and hundreds of resumes. So you need to be able to stand out.
Well, it's called social networking. So it's like the ultimate networking event. You have their undivided attention every time you make that meaningful comment.
Yeah. I'm just going to interrupt to say that I'm failing so badly. I think I got one knot on, but it's just not working for me, man. You are actually using social media as a platform to help other people make money. That's effectively what your job is. So how can you take advantage of this time? Because it's super weird again, but everyone's staring at their phones. So what can we do about it?
So personally, you can use this time there if you need to polish up some skills, or you want to learn something new, or maybe you just want to get better at something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, YouTube is perfect. They teach you
Mm-hmm.
everything. Someone out there has made a video, or many thousands of someone's have made a video, like crocheting. That can help.
I'm honestly intrigued enough that I'm probably gonna go and watch some more videos after
Oh,
this,
me
because I'm
too.
like, I know there's a way I can do this. I'm sure. Yeah.
You can really learn a lot of skills on how to manage your own social media accounts through YouTube, through blogs. There's like endless amount of information out there that will really help you fix that.
Yeah.
As a business perspective, you can use this time to really be present, like engage with your audience, engage with the people who are commenting and the
Yeah.
people who are liking your stuff, but also be engaging with, say, for instance, potential clients that you would like. Say you're, I don't know, in real estate and you want to make sure that people are seeing you, they want to see your brand, they want to know your expertise. So be on groups or forums or discussion boards where you can really show that expertise.
Okay, so what you're saying basically is one of the top ways to be in front of people on social media is basically to like just go around and be in front of people by like talking to them. So truly networking in the
Yeah.
sense of going to them and interacting. That makes sense.
And there's tons of groups out there, like if it's on LinkedIn, a business networking group,
Yeah.
or like-minded people. So for instance, in your profession, there's bound to be a group on Facebook, on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
If you can get on social media and really get to know some people, all of a sudden doors open.
Yeah, engage directly with content, and we all do have a little bit more time to do that, because people think that like, oh, I liked it, like everyone's going to remember this, but realistically a specific comment that
Yeah.
addresses the material is like, oh, you paid attention. Like,
They call it the 7 touch point of sales. If you can get in front of someone 7 times, then you have a better chance of moving them and completing the transaction.
yeah.
So if you're on social media and you're trying to talk to someone, if you comment on 7 different posts, chances are they're going to be like, wait a second, like this person really knows what they're talking. And when they answer you, respond back. Don't ignore them. Be social.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
have a conversation.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I actually do remember back in the day when I was like way more out there on social media, what we noticed was that the more personal material I put up, the more responses we got. Selfies of myself, things that we were doing, places that I was at. Thing that you mentioned too is that you guys have a sort of base level of comment that you can make, but then after that, it's up to us as the experts.
If you're in there and you're making those connections, again, your clients and your customers are going to remember that. If you're answering them, if you're offering them some little glimpse of your business as a free little nugget, like they didn't have to pay, they didn't have to worry about the cold call, they didn't have to worry about any sales pressure. They just threw up a comment or a post or a question and you respond. All of a sudden they're like,
Right.
wow, that person cares about my business and I want to engage with that person.
So out of curiosity, do you find that like, is that actually like a problem? Like, do you find a lot of businesses have, I guess, dead accounts where nothing's going on?
My favorite ones are on Twitter. That's where I noticed the most. There are so many people for some reason that signed up for Twitter in 2011 and then never ever went back. When you go to engage with that account, if they haven't been there since 2011, you don't want to engage with them because you're like, this person's never going to see this. They obviously don't use this platform. Why would I even bother?
Yeah.
Which you're losing out because them saying your name on any platform helps your marketing. It helps other people see you and it helps your analytics. So your posts get in front of more people.
Right.
So really you're missing out. And if you're not going to have an account, honestly, like shut it down or
I was going to say like kill them sort of thing.
Yeah, or even like put it on hold or pause or even just post there once in a while. Maybe this isn't your regular one, but throw something out there, especially as a business. People are trying to interact with you. Try to be present.
But I have noticed though that when I am, let's say, looking somebody up pre-meeting, whether it's an interview, whether I'm trying to hook a client, whatever it is, I have like, you know, you look them up, right? And I've
Yeah.
found that when there's like really old information or almost no information, it
It's
kind of puts you,
off-putting.
yeah, it's off-putting. You're like, ah, are they serious? Like,
Yeah.
do they, you know, like, and I'm not looking for somebody to be actively necessarily posting so much as clearly
There some of
recent.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, maybe they were like, this is their latest address. Maybe there's something about COVID, which has been
Yeah.
happening recently. Like, if they haven't mentioned that, maybe they're not with it, you know?
Well, and it's hard to be on all those platforms at once. When you're trying to run your business, you're
Yeah.
worried about your business. You're worried about your product or your service, your payroll, your employees, getting new jobs, drumming up new business. Like, you're worried about other aspects of your business. You're not
Yeah.
worried about, did I post on Facebook today? Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing I've heard from my clients is, I just never think about it. Well,
Yeah.
you in particular, Tanisha, every time I had an event, I would text you beforehand and I'd be like, Tanisha, take a picture. Tanisha, where are you? Tanisha, what
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
doing? Like,
Yeah.
and it worked out great because then you send me the pictures. And like you said, we got the best reactions when we were
Yeah.
actively tagging the events you're in.
The thing is, everybody knows this works because everybody has a person like that on their feed. Like, I can think of a couple of examples right now, and there's like two, right? There's like always a rock star or two. Let's jump to what do people want to hear right now?
Honestly, well, like, we've talked COVID multiple times already. That's, while people are still interested and they want those kind of statistics and like, what are you doing and how are you going to keep them safe and what are you doing for this pandemic and what are you going to do going forward? They want some hope. They want some good news. They want to hear what it is you're doing to make your business better. They want to know what you're going to do going forward. They want to know how you're going to try and bring some sort of semblance of normalcy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe your business isn't open right now, but maybe you're going to be open, or maybe you're offering online dance classes.
It's cool to be able to get in front of people in a different way.
But just posting statistics of your own, even, like, people are getting tired of numbers. We get the numbers every day in the news. We get bombarded by them on our Facebook and our social media platforms. Honestly, I think people are looking for something that's more entertaining, even educational, something that they can like maybe learn something from,
Which
but
is
not.
exactly why I'm doing this.
And look, I'll keep you amused for hours with this crochet business.
You know, I think I'm starting to get it. Look, I got a small, but I'm not convinced that I'm actually using the crochet hook so much as just my fingers. But again, this is part of the reason that I wanted you to do this, and this is part of the reason that I started this. Is like, it kind of I wanted to make sure that, so from a marketing perspective, I might as well explain this because we're trying to, you know, talk about marketing and media. And my rationale was that, number one, I needed to still be networking somehow. The education. So
Yeah.
like, you know, you're talking about being in front of people and providing them with some material. And then lastly, you've also mentioned the fact that everyone's in front of their screens.
Yeah.
Again, this is totally why I'm doing this, is I know that people have extra time to watch stuff and listen to stuff. So this is why we're here.
And this is good quality content. This is something that's helpful. If your business is quiet right now, maybe you're, again, not open, or maybe you're only partially open, or function, like your business isn't functioning in its full capacity.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the time to ramp up social media output. Like, you don't need to be putting things out there just to be putting things out there.
Right.
It is 100% quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You want good posts that people are going to want to engage with, they're going to want to read. You don't want to lose audience members because you were like, I'm just going to put out anything so that I have something out there.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're adding value, not just adding noise. Nobody wants more noise. Again, make sure they know you're still out there, you're coming back, you aren't another casualty of the COVID pandemic, and that your business will be back when this is over, or soon, or maybe it's coming back in stage 2 or 3, who knows.
So lastly, let's talk about decreasing your spending. So we've talked a little bit about like what the business owner can do themselves, or what you can do yourself rather than paying someone, right? Like a little bit more direct engagement to the client, some material, like just pictures of yourself, whatever that you can kind of create. What my accountant actually mentioned, that one of her goals that she got from a business coach is to think about what can you give away for free. And that was honestly part of the seed of this, is because it's very easy for you and I to give away information like this for free. that hopefully is helpful for people.
Yeah, we can help out in that way.
But either way, it's detrimental to your business to disappear, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to fall off because people might think that something's happened to you. So you don't want to go dead quiet. So you still want to maintain something.
So many of our clients have reduced their services a little bit. So before, if they had, say, 2 or 3 posts a day that was good, valuable content, maybe they've pulled back to 1 or 2, or maybe they've pulled back to a couple times a week. They've just reduced the amount of marketing that they are doing. And so like, that's one way that you can try it. You can even supplement it. Maybe you pull them right back, but you still want them there to help you, like with the hashtags or with the optimization. You want those guys still there to help you, us guys, me guys. but you can maybe do a little bit more yourself. Maybe you're just going to put up those renovation pictures, but you're going to allow your marketing team to still just maintain your LinkedIn. Maybe you'll get them up on Facebook, but they'll maintain your other accounts just to be like, we're still here, we're still valid, don't worry, we haven't gone anywhere. There's lots and lots of different programs out there, such as like Hootsuite or Loomly, Buffer, just to name a few. There's tons. You can go Google it. That just allow you to really manage your marketing, basically. So it'll help you. Say you only have 1 day a week when you could really do your marketing. Maybe it's a Sunday. So you sit down on Sunday, you could put out a couple of posts that week or for the whole month, just to make sure that you're still there. But it will allow you to have those posts out there guaranteed. So you'll have something coming out with good, valuable information that you had time to sit down and think about and curate. And you can share that with your marketer. Often marketers are very familiar with many of these platforms. So you can share that with your marketer once you get going again, or even now. Watching you crochet.
It's really difficult.
I can't wait till you watch YouTube and then you figure it out. You'll be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I don't know. Okay, here, I'm going to see if you guys can see this as best as possible. It's kind of ugly, but it's coming along.
It's change. It's a start. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Maybe you have more than one person that wants to contribute to the marketing. They can put things in there. You can assign tasks to people, or they can see the overall brand and the messaging that you're using so that things are a little more coherent. And having a marketing manager helps with all of this because they help keep everyone on brand.
Okay, honestly, I'm going to bring this full circle, Joy. What it sounds like is that at the end of the day, you kind of want somebody at the helm who knows what the marketing plan is, where you're going, what it looks like, what the point is. That sounds exactly like a financial plan. Oh,
weird, hey?
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it great? You know all of your details, you know exactly where you're going, and then surprise, it works. And it works better when everybody's on the same team. So I really appreciate your expertise here, Joey. I did learn a lot. I thought this was really cool. I loved hearing about how you've leveraged social media to get yourself a job, for one, which is super rad. And for two, you know, like, I love the highlight of the personal touch and the engagement, because it's really important now. We have the time, take the time, write the extra long comment, you know, go in and make it personal, all of that. I think that's really important takeaway. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I really appreciate it.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. Still really get it.